The hand represented on the heel represented a lot of things with Jacob and Esau. Jacob got the promise, he got the land, the promises. And the Most High hated Esau. But in return, it's the same way with the head and the heel, how we got the same correlation. In return, it's like a flip side. You know what I'm saying? For Esau, because they got a time to rule, and as the promise was that he would get the fatness of the earth. So watch this. So in the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and 8, it says, "And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." So the end of the world, is dealing with kingdoms and times and eras. So in the last era or the last kingdom of the world, there will be somebody ruling, and that would be Esau. In my opinion, that's what I see as what the Bible is bringing forth in history. We know that the last kingdom was the Roman kingdom that transferred over into today with the Roman Catholic Church and the Vatican and the Pope, and that's a whole nother breakdown. But the Pope is the whore, is the woman that sits on the beast. So the last kingdom will have to be Esau. So in a sense, the serpent being bruised, just like, let's get something else. This is the only kingdom that we could see that takes a wound in the head as well. Revelation 13, verse 3 says, "And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast." But, yep, watch this. Let me see. Hosea, chapter 12, verse 2. "The Most High have also a controversy with Judah, and will punish Jacob according to his ways, according to his doings will he recompense him. He took his brother by the heel and the wound," Jacob, "and by his strength he had power with the Most High. Yea, he had power over the angel and prevailed," right, when he fought and wrestled with the angel. "He had power over the angel and prevailed. He wept and made supplication unto him. He found him in Bethel, and there he spake with us. Even the Lord Yah of hosts, the Most High, is his memorial." He said even him. Yeah, that's who he spoke with. That's why when he asked him his name, he didn't reveal it to him. Y'all ain't just peeped that, did you? "Yea, he had power over the angel and prevailed. He wept and made supplication unto him. He found him in Bethel, and there he spake with us. Even the Most High Yah of hosts, the Lord is his memorial. Therefore turn thou to thy power. Keep mercy and judgment, and wait on the Most High continually. He is a merchant. The balance of desires are in his hands. He loveth to oppress." And Ephraim said, "Yet I am become rich. I have found me out substance. In all my labors they shall find none iniquity in me that were sin. And I that am the Most High, thy power from the land of Egypt will yet make thee to dwell in tabernacles, as in the days of solemn feast. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministries of the prophets. So he just lets you know that he used similitudes to do something, but it's going to show and point to something else. It's going to have a deeper meaning. Is there iniquity in Gilgad? Such are vanity. They sacrifice bullocks in Gilgal. Yea, their altars also are heaps in the furrows of the fields. That's it on that though. Let me see. I'm gonna get a couple more precepts on this real quick. Okay, this Psalms 89:51. Wherewith thy enemies have reproached, O Yah, therefore they have reproached the footsteps of thine anointed. So them footsteps go back to that word for heel in the Hebrew. Right? It says it reproached thy footsteps. And if you go into that, it's dealing with heel. It's the same definition. So that's how the Messiah being bruised was the heel being bruised. Because it was his footsteps. He was here. Watch this. That equals heel. Yep. 74:22. And it's all in the Psalms. Psalms 74:22. Arise, O Yah, plead thine own cause. Plead thine own cause. Remember how the foolish man reproached thee daily. Forget not the voice of thine enemies. Okay. They reproached him daily. Another one in the Psalms 56. 5. Every day they wrestle my words. Peep this. Every day they wrestle my words. All their thoughts are against me for evil. They gather themselves together. They hide themselves. They mark my steps. Them steps, when you go into that word, it's the same thing for heel or footprint. Or what was the other definition we just said? It's the same word. They gather themselves together. They hide themselves. They mark my steps when they wait for my soul. Bite the heel so the rider may fall backward. Right? Y'all peep that? I think that's deep, man. Let's keep going. Isaiah 59, verse 3. For lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered together against me. Not for my transgression, nor for my sin, O Lord. They run and prepare themselves without my fault. Await to help me, and behold. You see that? That's still dealing with footsteps, because he ain't did nothing. There was no wickedness. Thou, therefore, O Yah, God of hosts, the Most High of Israel, awake to visit all the heathen. Be not merciful to any wicked transgressor. Any heathen wicked, all equal up in the sum of a transgressor. Okay, we ain't done though. Hold on. Got a few more. Okay. Psalm 77, verse 18. The voice of thy thunder was in the heaven. The lightning lightened the world. The earth trembled and shook. The earth trembled and shook. Thy way is in the sea. I'm finna have to pull up this Hebrew for y'all real quick. Thy way is in the sea, and thy path in the great waters. It's dealing with footprints again, y'all. It's dealing with footprints again, y'all. Hold up. I gotta get it. Psalms. Where y'all at? Psalms. What's this? 77. Let me see. The voice of thy thunders in the heavens, lightning tremble shook the earth. Okay. Thy way. Okay, let's see what the thy way. Way, road, distance, journey, way, path. Okay, march, to tread, to march. Okay. Oh, and thy footsteps. Okay, wait, we ain't even get there yet. Okay, the voice of thy thunder was in the heaven. The lightnings lightened the world, and the earth trembled and shook. Thy way is in the sea, meaning path. We read that part. To a path, to tread, to walk, right? Thy way is in the sea, and thy path in the great waters, and thy footsteps are not known. That footsteps, if y'all could see it. Hold on. What that say? Heel, footprint, hinder part, heel, rear. Thou leadest thou people like a flock by the hand of Moses and Aaron, like a priest. Then he said, I made thou a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. Come on, bro. And I ain't done, Joe. We ain't done, cuz. Let's go up a little more. Verse 50, 78, Psalm 78, 52. But made his own people to go forth like sheep, and guided them in the wilderness like a flock, and he led them on safely, so that they fear not. But the sea overwhelmed their enemies. And he, because they couldn't walk on that sea, they couldn't walk on that water, it was over with. And he brought them to the border of his sanctuary, even to his mountain, and his right hand had purchased. Okay. Did I mean to get that one? All right, now look, we're going to go back to this verse right here, y'all. Verse 9, Psalms 41. We still in Psalms 41. I know I'm well right now, but Psalms 41, verse 9, right? Yea, my own familiar friend, in whom I trusted. Whoa, we going back to it, though. Which did eat of my bread, have lifted up his heel against me. But thou, O Yah, be merciful unto me and raise me up, that I may requite them. Shh. How he do that? He requieted them. And when he rose and the earth shook, didn't it just say the earth shook, shake what I just read? Oh yeah, the earth shook. When he gave up the ghost, the earth shook, temple rent, and what they say. Oh, he truly was the Son of God. He truly was the Son of the Most High. And he requieted them. And at the end, they're gonna have to confess like that. Everybody gonna have to confess like that one day or another. So look, I read that Psalms 41. So we know who that friend was. We know who the friend that was with him. That was. Let's get it. John chapter 13 verse 18 says, I speak, this is red letters, I speak not of you all, I know whom I have chosen. It's the Messiah. But that the scripture may be fulfilled, he that eateth bread with me have lifted up his heel against me. Right? Now I tell you, before it come, that when it is come to pass, ye may believe that I am he. Verily, verily, he trying to prove to them and show them in the Old Testament with Psalms 41 verse 9. He trying to show them like, look, I'm finna tell y'all ahead of time before he do it, so y'all can see this happening right before your eyes. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that receiveth whosoever I send receiveth me. And he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. When Yahushua had thus said, he was troubled in spirit and testified and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. Then the disciples looked one on another, doubting. And when he spake, now there was leaning on Yahushua's bosom one of his disciples whom Yahushua loved, Simon Peter. Hey, look, y'all. When I was doing this lesson in this study, bro, I was watching the show. If y'all seen it, it's called The Chosen. And it's like centered around Peter, Simon Peter, a little bit. And with his wife. And, you know, I'm married. I got a wife. And I, was reflecting on my life. And I'm studying. And I'm looking into the meaning of doing this study right here that I'm bringing out. Because Peter and Simon is the word derived from Simeon, which means a rock, right? And Peter is like the Greek translation of that. And it's a rock, right? And guess what? Pierre, y'all, if y'all know my real name, my name Pierre. And that's the reason why I named myself Kazak, because at the time, I couldn't find the Hebrew word for a rock, but I knew my name meant that. But I just went with strong or strength, because that's what a rock represent. And Peter is Pierre. It's the same word. It's the same meaning of the word or name, just in French, from Greek. And then from Greek to Hebrew, it would be Simon. So I thought that was cool. You feel me? I was reflecting in the spirit, just like, whoa, it's deep. All praise to the Most High. And then even right here, it says, when Yahushua thus said, he was troubled in the spirit. Okay, then the disciple looked one of another down in whom he spoke. But then it's the thing, Peter, the one that denied him. Now then was leaning on Yahushua's bosom one of his disciples, whom Yahushua loved. He loved Peter. Simon Peter therefore beckoned to him that he should ask who it should be of whom he spake. He then, lying on Yahushua's breast, said unto him, Lord, who is it? Yahushua said, he it is to whom I shall give a sop when I have dipped it. And when he dipped the sop, he gave it to Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon. That's why when I was looking into all this, I was looking into all the names. All right, Simon. I'm trying to figure out who is Judas and who his father was. It says his father was Simon. So I was trying to figure out who exactly he came from. Now, with him biting the heel or raising up the heel, it reminded me, and the brother, when I watched the video, he brought out Dan and the tribe being a serpent in a way and biting so the rider may fall backward. And then we know how Judas had this role played out for him from the get-go. And it is prophesied about that too. How his guts would spill out and how he had a terrible death. I forgot what that's at, what scripture that is in the Old Testament, but it bring that out because it was it was set for him to do that. But the Most High said if it was even possible for him to be forgiven, the Most High would have forgave him, but it wasn't. It was too hard to bear. I bet it was too hard to bear for Peter just to deny him 3 times. I bet that was hard to bear. Imagine doing what Judas did. Excuse me, y'all. Man. Okay. Did I get through? I did. Judas Iscariot. Should I get in that Hebrew? I'm going to get in the Hebrew real quick, see? Because I don't really remember what happened. Judah, he shall be praised. The 4th son, so, a man's surname, like a Jew, Damascus. And Judas Iscariot, the apostle who betrayed Jesus, right? And then it so happens that Judah, right? Judah was the one that betrayed his brother, Joseph. And Joseph, and like I just read that scripture, the prophets, the things, the way it happened in the prophets. You think Judah wanted to sell his brother like that? It happened in spirit, bro. He couldn't control it. Because something had to show in that. Something had to be brought forth. Something had to happen that eventually saved them from famine and death, yeah. But it had to prolong and show a spiritual meaning too. Because what? He had a dream of 11 stars. One in the middle. They all had to bow. It was 12 brothers, but all of them had to bow to one. And then, when you look at it, Judah sold his brother. He was the main one that wanted to fulfill it out. Right? Shoot, probably Dan too. Now that I think about it, if you read the Testaments, I need to read Dan again. I'm going to read the Testaments again. I encourage y'all to do that too. But this got me thinking and wondering. I'm finna read Dan for sure. Yes. And Judah again. And read Levi. Read Judah and Levi. You got to read them together. Read Reuben, his is good. Joseph's is good, man. All of them is good, but it's some that stick out. But yeah, keep going. Romans 16. Okay, here we go. Romans chapter 16, verse 20. I read 19 just for a little context. For your obedience is come abroad unto all men. I am glad. Therefore, on your behalf, but yet I will have you wise unto that which is good and simple concerning evil. Understand what's being plotted, what's going on, you feel me? Verse 20, and the Most High of peace shall bruise Satan under your feet shortly. Now, can y'all guess what that word for feet is? Let's get the deep meaning. It is, it is heel. Not only heel, but the heel of an army or a troop is the last army. In the army, the heel is the last army. Like if the whole army get chopped down and you got the head gone and the general, the first people that go up, then it's a line. The heel is the last line. Bruh, come on, bruh. So look, we as the body, that's why it says we are the body. We are the body of the Most High. So he's going to use us. It's countless other scriptures that say he's going to use Israel to do these things. You know what I'm saying? And this one is spiritual. It's like, it's deep. But in a sense, us bruising Satan's heel, but that word for bruise also means crush. The same way he was bruised and crushed on the cross, right? So we will bruise Satan's head under our feet, which is the heel. So what? Our foot will have to be bruised as well. So why does the beast, like I said, the last army or the last beast, we went into that too, the last kingdom. I forgot what scripture when it said the last or the first dominion, right? This all tied together. But the fourth beast being the last beast, right? And then we got to get into, without further ado, let me get there. Because I don't want to go too deep into the whole Revelation with the whore and stuff, but we got to get some context. So, Revelation 12 from the top. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, like I said, the same way it happened with the star appearing when Yahushua was born at a certain time. And it, a display in the heavens came, showed that what time it was. This same sign in Revelation 12. If you have an app, I don't remember the name of the app, but I seen a brother that showed this information. You can get a constellation app that show the constellation every day of the year and show the zodiac in it, and the stars. You can go back to a certain time 2017. At a certain time, I forgot the month, might have been June sometime, right? Don't quote me on the date. But I got screenshots. I try to put it in here if I can on my edits. I'll get the screenshots and show y'all. But it displays this image of what we finna read in the heavens. In 2017, that's when I woke up. 2016, at the end of 2016, that new year, quote unquote, going into 2017, I found out I was an Israelite. I went through my awakening. It been in my spirit. I've been new, but I woke up and was like, I've been reading the scriptures even before that. I was conscious. I was on that wave, but it was like a full moment. And millions of other brothers and sisters around the world at that time, and up until this point, it's been the biggest awakening the world has ever seen. Because this sign appeared in the heavens, and it started the awakening. Wake up. Chapter 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, meaning the sun being right here. It's a woman, you can't see her face because the sun is right here. And the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. Stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. Pain to be delivered. Okay. It says, and there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, okay, wait. Let me see what this say real quick. A voice of noise from the city, a voice from the temple, a voice from the Lord, that rendereth recompense to his enemies. Behold, she travailed, she brought forth, bare her pain come. Before her pain come, she was delivered of a man-child who had heard such a thing, who have seen such things. Shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day? Or shall the nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her children. Shall I bring to the birth, and shall not cause to bring forth? I shall cause to bring forth and shut the womb. Wait. Shall I bring, verse 9, shall I bring to the birth and not cause to bring forth, saith the Lord? Shall I cause to bring forth and shut the womb, saith the Lord? Rejoice ye with Jerusalem, and be ye glad with her. All ye that love her, rejoice for joy with her, all ye that mourn for her. Okay, so travailing in birth, right? Seeing this wonder in the heavens with the child being born. And this will happen next. And pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon. And in that same constellation, when you go over this way, it's a red dragon in that same constellation. And now we're in the year 2024, and this is what they call in the year of the dragon. So the constellation of that dragon has moved now to where it's the middle point. It's the middle. That's the year we're in. So what do you think might come next? Okay. And behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven. Listen, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. And she brought forth a man child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto the Most High to his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness. Okay, it's going to give the layout, and then it's going to go over it again. So I'm going to just read it all through, and then I'm going to try my best to explain it. But Revelation, man, try to buckle up. Hold on. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had the place prepared of the Most High, that she should feed her there 1,260 days. Now, when you divide this up, a year, 1,260 days is 3.5 years, right? Revelation 11:3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy for that same amount of time, clothed in sackcloth. I think that's what the point we at too. So you'd be surprised if you see some men that's stirring up some stuff. 2 men that start stirring up some stuff real soon. I don't know. Look, I'm a student. I'm trying to figure out I don't know everything. But look, 2003. Look, 3.5 years. 2 witnesses gonna be doing their thing for that long too. I think it's parallels. The parallels be crazy. Chapter 12, verse 6, Revelation. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had the place prepared of God, that they should feed her there. Who is the they? That they should feed her there 1,260 days. And there, so could that same 3.5? Wait, I need my notebook. Let me see something. Let me see if I got something for that. You know, a time times and a half of a time is also 3.5. And if you equal up to a day, in days, I guess it would be 1260. But 1,260 days, that's 1260, right? So that could make up a time, or a time times and a half of a time. Because we're going to keep reading, and it's going to say that the woman is nourished for, verse 14 says, and the woman were given 2 wings of a great evil, that she might fly into the wilderness again, right? Into her place where she is nourished for a time, times and a half of a time from the face of the serpent. So the 3.5 years. When you stretch that out, I got to get into Daniel. But I'm going to give y'all the little piece right now, man. So it's going to have to be one of the next videos I do. Because it's got to be understood a certain way. Because Daniel and Revelation go together hand in hand. Like, but I'm trying to, what we read right now, I'm trying to show y'all how the Messiah being crucified was the bruising of the head of the enemy, because he shut off the keys. He got the keys of hell and death, and he gave them to us. So the prophecy from Genesis 3 is been partially getting. It's like the moon, how the moon has phases until it gets to its full point. So the Messiah got us to the point where he basically handed over the baton. And Peter was the rock of the church, right? Judas of Iscariot was the betrayer. So think about it. The same way with Adam and Eve, the woman got a curse, but the serpent was what? Cursed to do what? Crawl on his belly, or only on his belly. But it was also a flip side that was going to happen later. And then Yahushua did it. Him being bruised, healed, bruising the head of the serpent. Then he told us that we would do the same thing and bruise the head of the enemy by believing on him, right? And being the last heel of the church, the last collection, the last portion, right? Crushing the enemy head. But why? It's going to be a sign that shows that the enemy, which is the Roman Catholic Church, because look, when you think about it, what did Herod do when Yahushua was born and that star came? Herod tried to kill him, like the Pharaoh. I don't got to read these precepts. We know these stories. Pharaoh, similitude. That's why these things had to happen a certain way so it can happen again. So it could be a pattern. So you could be like, oh. So you could kind of get an understanding of how it's going to end, right? So Herod, Pharaoh, killed the baby boys. Now today we have what? Eugenics. The extermination of black people and the rise of the Black Messiah. COINTELPRO. We have all these things set out to kill us as soon as we're born. So, answer me this question. Why did, in the year when the Messiah was born too, they did a census and they started tracking time and people and who was born and how many people lived in this city and how many people lived in that city, so they can monitor and track. Now we're in the 21st century where they doing that times a million. And guess what? Where's everybody born? The hospital, which is what? Owned by who? St. Mary's, St. Joseph's, Saint this, Saint that, Saint Roman Catholic, Saint Francis. They literally got the Pope as the hospital. They do call him Father in places. Is that not weird? Because they try not to mix religion and state so much, but yet every hospital is Catholic related and has something to do with the cross and the serpent of the cross. That's very, very, very suspicious. And then what? They track everybody that's born. That's born into the matrix, that come through. That's why I'm going to put this video of the brother that I watched. He explains this greatly. And he used these same, you will hit a lot of the same scriptures. But I added, as you know what I'm saying, I added to it. And there's still so much more. But he did a great job. But he showed how they do blood rituals from the day that you're born. And we got to renounce these things by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua in the blood of his only begotten son to break all strongholds and give us power and dominion. He said we have dominion to tread over the heads of serpents. He said that multiple times. But they're going to bruise our heel in doing so, stripping us from a lot of things. But it's evidence and proof because why? You're born in those hospitals to the dragon, to the serpent that's monitoring you, trying to what? Because they probably looking for these two witnesses that they can't get to, misunderstanding what the scripture probably really talking about. Anybody got understanding on the two witnesses that they want to share with me? Hit the comments, bro. I'm open. You feel me? Elijah and Enoch, two big candidates for me. I'll throw that out there. Who knows? They might come back. I don't know. Lord willing. He show us. And if he don't, you know, all things ain't going to be revealed to us until that time, you know. But why in hospitals, y'all? Look this up. This happened. Wasn't we pricked in our heel? And they drew blood from our heel? And they put it in these little circle things to collect our DNA? And then in return, they give us a mug-sucking birth certificate and the number to your name? Could that be the mark of the beast? I hope not. It ain't. I don't think it is, but I hope not. Because we all messed up. And we ain't got no say-so in that shit. Just, yep. Let's do this ritual. They got our blood to this day. Then you might see somebody walk past somebody look just like your ass. Look just. I'm just going. But for real though, why was we pricked in our heel, bro? And our heel was bruised after that. And y'all can't say it's a coincidence because it's also a coincidence that it's the Roman Catholics that's doing that. They might cancel me for this video. It might not get posted. I don't care. I'm going to try again. Try again. But look, think about it. That's crazy. Roman Catholic. Same Romans that crucified them, right? Same Romans that expelled us from 70 AD. Same Romans that made the fake image of Jesus and made the fake religion of Christianity that's off the real Christianity, which was the Masonic era. The Son of God coming to earth himself. Walking on water, man, with his footprints that wasn't traced because he was in water. And he gonna be walking on the clouds when he come back. His horse. He can't, but look, the serpent, it ain't gonna be able to bite the back of that heel on that rider. That rider can't fall backward. You see the parallel? That rider untouchable. Ancient of days coming with some rap. He coming with the clouds and they gonna get a bath. Bro. Seriously. Look. Let's keep going, bro. And watch this. Revelation 12, verse 7. And there was a war in heaven. There was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. Where can we find this at? And the dragon fought and his angels and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. So that's how his head was bruised. People misinterpret this and think that the devil really got cast out of heaven like he was You know what I'm saying? A real, like an angel for real. An angel is a messenger. When you go back to Lucifer, son of the morning, and Isaiah 14, if you read from the top of that verse, Nebuchadnezzar is the Lucifer that it's referring to, that was cast down. You shall be cast down, right? So he was not talking. So people think it was a prophecy of, it was a prophecy of should the wicked being cast down. That's always going to happen. But it was referring to Nebuchadnezzar. So same in today, hell and death. Now that's different. That's a different enemy right there than the devil that we was used to. All right, so look, there was no place found anymore for him. So y'all telling me the devil been up there this whole time until the end times? That don't make sense. All right, listen. Or even up until Yahweh Shai's times, it still don't make sense. Like, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him. And I heard a voice, a loud voice in heaven saying, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser, which is the devil, of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. Because they got to be destroyed. Those spirits, those wicked spirits, bro, that's in favor with the darkness, right? Because I'm not saying spirits ain't real and that the devil, like spiritual demons ain't real. But they wasn't up in heaven at first. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the way the narrative is they playing it is all the fight break out at the end. But when you read Enoch, the Most High did his casting away and putting barriers on demons a long time ago. And at these times right now, they're going to be breaking out of the place. They're going to be getting out. The Euphrates River, once it dry up, spirits was released. That happened. That has happened. So, what is it talking about? It's talking about rulership. The devil, in this sense, is talking about rulership and power. You see what I'm saying? And then the accusers of our brethren, because why they didn't have the Messiah's blood to cover them, so they wouldn't be accused. They wouldn't be ashamed. They can't be held accountable under that blood. You see what I'm saying? They can't be accused. It said, and they overcame him. Overcome, like they overcame him. So that's us, boom, crushing his head again. They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, by the blood. You see that? Because they can't be accused under that blood. And by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto death. Neither rejoiced ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. How did the dragon come down on us? This is let you know that it's deep. It's not what y'all exactly think. How did the devil come down on us? Dude, coming after the woman once we was destroyed in 70 AD, and the dragon went after us, like it says in Zechariah. smite the shepherd, and the sheep will scatter, and then 2/3 will be cut off, and then he will send a sword after the other third. So the 1/3, y'all getting that wrong, bro. Ain't no 1/3 that's gonna make it to the kingdom, because it said that 1/3 will be chased with a sword into the wilderness, and then she is nourished. And there is a time and a place where she will be nourished. And as in Zechariah, what does it say? Tried and refined through the fire. And then they will make it out in the end. Those ones that scattered, that got scattered, and then the descendants that waited and waited, and then the gospel started to be preached and it went throughout the world. Those was the ones that get tried through the fire, because boom, no matter all that adversity they went through was for that one purpose of the Messiah being preached to them. And once the light came, now their generations is picked up and they get life again. And now it's life sparks all for your generation. So we ain't seeing it. It's spiritual, bro. It's deep. And he have a short time, right? The enemy knew the prophecies that go back to Daniel. And he know that it said that the little horn will have dominion and have them in his rule for a time and a half of a time. So it said, it give you how long this rule will be. And when you do it, like I said, it equals 3.5 years. But if you do 17, if you do 70 times 7, you get 490, right? 490 is a time. That's a jubilee. That's a generational jubilee, because a jubilee is 49 years. Sevens is 7 years stacked on sevens. And then once you get to 49, like the 50th year is like a rebirth, like a jubilee. So that's what a jubilee is. But this one is on a broader scale, because it was a prophecy for the Messiah. 490 years, and he came at 483. And that was the last week. And then he was crucified in the middle of that last week. And then fulfilling that, it was like a 7-year span in between that. So it happened then with the Messiah, but it's going to happen again at the end times the same way. That's why that wonder in heaven happened, Revelation 12, because that was the start and sign of that being fulfilled. It's so deep. Oh my goodness. If y'all not following me, I'm sorry. But let me try. So 70 times 7 is how much time it was given from the decree. Daniel 12, I might have to go to 9 too. It says, and at that time, like in Revelation, Michael shall stand up, and the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. I'm going to just do this right now, y'all. Even until the time of the end. So he told Daniel to shut up the words, meaning the understanding, and seal the book even to the time of the end. And many shall run to and fro, but in the time of the end, what? And knowledge shall be increased. We're in that time period, the information age, as they call it. Age of Aquarius, all that, because it's zodiacs. They don't understand what the zodiacs is really there for. It's for signs and for wonders. And the Most High can easily say, oh yeah, when this wonder, boom, when this happened in the heavens, this gonna happen. And it's easy to see. Boom, right in our face. But they want to worship the wrong parts about it. Then Daniel looked, and behold, there stood. It's a vision he's seen. There stood other two, the one on this side of the bank of a river. So imagine a river bank. You got the river, you got this side of it, and this side of it. You got a man standing on this side of it, man standing on the other side of it. Sound like two witnesses to me, right? And there stood other two, the one on this side of the bank of the river and the one on the other side of the bank of the river. Ooh, that makes sense. That make a lot of sense. Because you could get... And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river. You have a man on the water of the river and all white, clothed in linen. Well, I wouldn't say all white. It don't say all white. Clothed in linen. But clothed in linen, I'm guessing is all white. Which was upon the waters of the river. How long shall it be to the end of these wonders? He asked him, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? So, bruh, that's a deep question to ask somebody like that, man. I gotta get my other notebook. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. All right, so now, first things first. So this what he tell him. And I heard a man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he had held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swore by him that liveth forever. So he asked him, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? And he answered, and that it shall be for a time, times and a half of a time. That's the same thing we seen in Revelation. That's 3.5 years. That's a time, 1 times, which is 2. So 2 plus 1 is 3. And a half of a time, point. That's 3.5, right? That's easy to see. But when you do the calculations with the 70 weeks prophecy, let's get there. Daniel 9:24. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people, right? And upon thy holy city. So there's two, that is showing you right off back that is 2 parts to this prophecy. For the people, which this is the end times. It's funny you mentioned that one first, but that one's for the end, like with Daniel and 12. That's the people. But the city, that was fulfilled. That was fulfilled in the Messiah's times. That was the 490 part of it. For it to be fulfilled in 490, that was pertaining to the city and the people being scattered, right? And the sheep being, and the shepherd being smitten. But let's get it. Upon thy people and upon the holy city to do a couple things. Let's read. To finish the transgression. To finish the transgression of who? Adam. To finish the transgression from Adam. To restore what he did wrong, because the Messiah was the new Adam. The first Adam, you know what I'm saying, sin brought death into the world. This Adam is going to bring life into the world. To make a and this is the next part, and to make an end of sins, and to make reconciliation for iniquity, and to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and the prophecy, and to anoint the most holy. Now, therefore, okay, 70 weeks are determined, right? When you do 70 times 7, you get 490. If you got a calculator, get your calculator. And do it yourself. I want you to do it yourself. 490. 70 times 7 equals 490. That's a time. A time. When it says a time and times and a half of a time. So now do 490 and times it by 2. You're going to get 980. 980. 490 times 2. You're going to get you're going to get 980. Now, if you divide 490 by 2, you're going to get 245. The number 245. That's half of a time. So the first time is 490, the times is 980, and the half of a time is 245. When you add all them together, you get 1715. Add all of them together. 490 plus 980 plus 245. It should equal up to 1715. Right? Three 312. All right. So I want to go to some in Daniel 7 real quick. With the little horn. Verse 9. No, verse... So, you know, it's 4 beasts. Daniel saw 4 beasts. The 4th beast is the last beast, which is the Romans, which was alive in the times of Messiah. But this was before they had took the head wound. And not the spiritual sense with Satan. That's different. This head wound was upon the beast. But it was dealing with the rulership of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire fell in a sense, and it was reborn as the Roman Catholic Church. When what? When Constantine received the so-called vision and converted the whole Romans to Christianity. And what year did he do that? Everybody can do this. Constantine, type in Constantine 312 AD. 312 AD. What happened? The Battle of the Milvian Bridge. And that is when he supposedly had this vision. Right? You can look it up. The Milvian Bridge. Look it up. Also around these times is when the Roman Empire started to pluck the Roman Empire. This is the little horn that rose up. So let's read it. That's why it ties into Daniel 12 and Revelation. But okay, so Daniel 7 and 7. After this I saw in a night vision, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth, and it devoured and brake in pieces and stumped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it. And it had 10 horns, right? Like in Revelation, 7 heads, 10 horns. And I considered the horns, and beheld, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were the eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. And I beheld till the thrones were cast down. This is the end times. And the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow. Okay. Dang, did I get my point? Okay, but look. Okay, so when the little horn rolls up, this is when he started to pluck the 3 nations up. And it started with Constantine, 312 AD. So he, Go back to Daniel 12. Oh no, that's Revelation. Shoot. And he said, when will be the end of these wonders, right? Time and a time and a half. And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished, right? So it's crazy when you plug in these numbers, it's gonna give you numbers as we keep reading. But the numbers that we starting with is the time, times, and a half of a time. And we broke that up into pieces and added it together. And it equals to 1715. I brought out the context of the little horn, and that was first risen up with Constantine the Great, who was the first pope, and he started the Christianity and the Antichrist beast system, because that is the Antichrist, and where it will spring up from and has been. They have been the Antichrist, many of them, and the son of perdition and the false prophet. That's all they doing. So it started with Constantine. The Council of Nicaea was in what year? But it started at 312 with the Milvian Bridge and the vision that he so-called had. That was 325 AD. All right, so let's get to it, y'all. It's hard to bring out, but I'm gonna show y'all. So he asked the question, how long shall they be to the end of these wonders? This is Daniel asking the angel about the end, because he said at the end, knowledge shall increase, people will run to and fro. He said, when will be the end of these things? So he said it shall be for a time and time, and when the power of the holy people is scattered. So starting with 312 AD, if you do 312, I'm going to show y'all 312. 312 is backwards, but plus 1715, what you get? 2027. That's what that say. 312 plus 1715 is 2027 or 2027. So I got another precept that's going to tell you that Israel will be in the hand of this little horn for this long. All right, so listen. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 24. And the 10 horns out of this kingdoms are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them. And he shall be diverse from all the 3 kings, and he shall... Okay, so look, this is talking about the little horn. So it shall be 10 kings, right? That shall arise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against the Most High. This is when the Roman kingdom had 10 kingdoms in the Roman Empire, and the Romans he plucked up the Visigoths, the Vandals, and the Goths. 3 Germanic tribes, he plucked them out of the kingdom. And he started to speak great things against the Most High. And let's see what else. And shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times, like the Sabbath days. They been did that, the times. They actually made their own calendar, a Julian calendar, Gregorian calendar, and forced it on the world, and tried to mix it with scripture, times, and laws. They're trying to handle the scriptures and change the laws. That's all proof of the Roman Catholic Church through the papacy. And they shall be given, Israel, into his hand until a time, times, and the dividing of time. So it says we will be in this little horn's hand for that amount of time. And when you do 312, starting with Constantine, 312, we shall be in his hand for this amount of time, bro. Let's see what Daniel 8:24 say. But I did y'all the math. 312 plus a time times and a half of a time equals 2027. 2027. It says in his power, and this time about the little horn, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, because spiritual wickedness in high places, right? And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and holy people. And through this, his policy also shall he cause craft to prosper in his hand. Technology, craft. Think about it. Technology, the advancement of things, knowledge shall increase. Come on now. And he shall magnify himself in his heart. Why? Because he's trying to be God. And by peace shall destroy many, and shall also stand against the prince of princes, and shall be broken without hand. And he said, this vision is of the evening of the morning, which was told is true. Wherefore shut up the vision, for it shall be for many days. This is not even for that time that it was given to them. Whoa. All right, so look, the next question he finna ask him. Peep this, y'all. It get crazier, bro. So we got 2027 is the end of these things. Watch what he asks him. It says, and I heard, but I still understood not. All right, let's recap. Verse 7, 12, Daniel 12 and 7. And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, which he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swore by him that live forever. It shall be for a time, times and a half of a time. And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people and destroy him, like it said, all these things shall be finished. So he gave him the finish. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed and sealed up until the time of the end. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. He finna give it to him right here, y'all. And from the time that the daily sacrifices shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolation set up, there shall be 1,290 days. All right, so let's break this down. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away. When was that? The daily sacrifice was taken away in approximately the first time when Daniel, he was telling you about the time when they were taken from Jerusalem to Babylon. That's when the daily sacrifices ceased, right? That was the year 606 BC, approximately, right? So 606 BC. And then it's funny, even with the prophecy, they was in Babylon for 70 years. So 70 years after 606 BC was when Cyrus gave the decree of the 70 weeks prophecy. You see that? But 606 BC was when the daily sacrifices was taken away, because they took us out of our land and they destroyed the idol altar and all that stuff and set up. We couldn't sacrifice no more. Daily sacrifices was done for 70 years. And the abomination that maketh desolation set up. So he finna give you something. I'm going to read it slow. And from the time, from this point, from the time, listen to how it's worded, from the time that the daily sacrifices shall be taken away in Babylon, 606 BC, from this point. And, it's a comma, and, so this is to another point. This is the end of this point. And the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be. Now look, he's saying there shall be. So from this point and this point, there shall be. That's the in-between time. There shall be 1,290 days. So if we got the first time, which is what? We identified that. 606 BC. Nebuchadnezzar took us out of Jerusalem, took away the daily sacrifices. Right? Now some people could argue the abomination that maketh desolation that was set up. Some people might try to correlate that to Alexander the Great time when they set up one. I'm not denying that they set up one. They did. That was in the Maccabean period. One second. That was in the Maccabean rule. But follow me. I believe it's time about from Babylon point. It ain't even that I believe. This is like evident. From the Babylon point, the daily sacrifice was taken away. And then to the last point of the last abomination that maketh desolation that gets set up in the land of Israel. So, hold on, y'all. All right, so here we go. You know the number it gave us, 1290 in between these two events. So we got the first one, 606. We're going to start with that. And we're going to add 606. And you know this BC. So we have to, when you're going from BC into AD, you have to add one to make up for that time that is 0. When there's no 0 date, you know. So back to the calc. If y'all got a calculator, do it, please. 606 plus, or you supposed to minus it because it's going into AD time. So you minus it, 1290 plus 1 or minus 1, whatever. No. Well, 606 minus 1290. You're going to get, well, I did this wrong. However you supposed to get it. It said negative. But y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what it's supposed to say. 1290. Take away the minus, but it's 684 AD. And then, of course, you add the 1. 684 plus 1 is 685. So this is, you get 685. So from 606, you add 1290 to that time period, you get to the year 685 AD. You might ask, what happened in 685? The Dome of the Rock is an Islamic shrine at the center of the Alice Mosque compound on the Temple Mount in the old city of Jerusalem. It is the world's oldest surviving work of Islamic architecture. The earliest, and who allowed the Muslims to build this Dome of the Rock? If you understood, it'll blow your mind. The Roman Catholic Church allowed this to happen. Why would they do that if they not Muslim? That don't make sense, do it? It says, it is the world's oldest, okay, the earliest agriculture attested religious structure to be built by a Muslim ruler, and its inscriptions contest the earliest epictograph proclamations of Islam, of the Islamic prophet Muhammad. It says it was built, but look what the construction time says. What that says, 685 to 705. What's that, 30 years? It took them 30 years to build it, but they started building in 685. All right, so that's the next part. But watch this. So he says, this Daniel 12 and 8. And I heard and lo, and stood, but then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? And he said, go thy way. Oh, wait. I'm tripping. Verse 11. And from the time that the daily sacrifices shall be taken away, the abomination that maketh desolate shall be set up. There shall be 1,290 days. Now he says, blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,335 days. So that's basically 1,335 days. And at that time, right, 35 days, we're going to add this number to the number that we got for when the Dome of the Rock was built, 685. So 685 plus 1,335. He said, blessed is he who cometh to this day. $685 plus 685 plus 1,335 equals 2020. In 2020, y'all, is when I first heard a brother bring this information out. This came out in 2020. And 2020 was the start of the last week. And now we're in 2024. In the midst of the last week. Just like when you keep reading in Daniel chapter 9 with the prophecy, it also goes into this. This is also crucial. 24. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to rebuild Jerusalem, the Messiah, the Prince, shall be 7 weeks, 62 weeks. The street shall be built again, and the wall, even in troublous times. I don't got enough time to go through all this. This is like extremely a lot, and it's deep. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself and the people of the Prince, that, right, he shall be cut off. Remember that. And the people of the Prince shall come and destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with the flood, and the end, unto the end, war, desolations are determined. And he shall confirm, this is when he's crucified, watch this, and he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, And in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifices and oblations to cease. And the overspread of the abomination shall he make it desolate, even unto the consummation thereof. And the determined shall be poured upon the desolate. So look, in the midst of the week, he gonna make a covenant with them for 1 week. So like I said, 490, this is determined for thy people in thy plate, thy holy city. 490 was the limit. Messiah came in 483 years from that point and started his ministry. Right? His ministry was 3.5 years. Right? You get to the middle of the week, that's 31 AD. So that's what? 386.5-ish. Almost 7. Then you got another 3.5 years. And then that's when you get to the point of when they when they stoned Stephen. And it was a sign that showed that you ain't got to die for no sacrifices and stuff. But in the middle of that week, but also when Stephen was stoned, that made up 490 years. That was 3 years from Christ. Was the 486 point some year. So you do the other 3.5 years, that's 490 years. That portion was completed. In that same way, bro, when 2020, he said, seal this up until the end, and it was revealed in the end. When exactly? The last week, 2020. And now this is the last cry. We in 2024. This is the middle of the week. And they call it the year of the dragon, bro. What do you think is coming next? Currency is already almost out the window. Oh, my goodness, bro. Y'all have mercy, please. We in the middle of the week. We like the Messiah. You think they ain't finna come for us? Or try to get us marked for their kingdom and not his? Hey, look, man, it's much more to continue on this, but I brought out what I felt I needed to bring out for right now. But this ain't done. I got more. We got to get into this. Because we living in prophetic times and prophecy happen every day. And, man, I ain't even finished the song. Why I stop at Psalms 40? What time is it, man? 41. I could finish Psalms 41. And then we're going to pick it up in 42. And that's how we going to end this right here. But all praise to the Most High, man. Daniel 12, bro. Been on my spirit for 4 years, bro. And I only talked to certain people about it. Certain brothers, and I've been hesitant. It's hard to even to fathom. So I pray that the Most High give us understanding in all this. And if anybody that see this, then got pieces to the puzzle, I'm still adding. But I'm a do a part 2. Kind of touching on Daniel 9, some Daniel 8, Daniel 10, 11. All of it got a little piece of it. And then going back into Revelation. Yeah, man. But Psalms, like I said, Psalms where we leave off 41 and 9. Yea, my own familiar friend in whom I trusted, which did eat of my bread, which lifted up his heel against me. But thou, O Lord, be merciful unto me and raise me up, that I may requite them. I think I got a precept for that. That I may requite them. Revelation 18. That requite. 18 and 20. Rejoice over her, thou heavens, and ye prophets and apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. So he's coming to avenge us. And that's going to requiet the enemy. Just the same way the Messiah rising, he quieted them in a sense. Didn't they say, let his blood be upon our hands? So that was like, they're going to be quieted for that. For this I know that thou favorest me, because my enemies do not triumph over me. And as for me, thou upholdest me in mine integrity, and settest me before thy face forever. Blessed be the Most High, Yah, power of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. Amen, amen. And with that, man, all praises to Abba Yah, through his son, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, Yasha Hamashiach. We just thank him for his revelation. And this was by far one of my favorites. It feel good to get a little piece of that off my chest for real. For those who ain't heard it, sup with that. Look into Daniel, look into the prophecies, the Psalms, look into Isaiah. Isaiah, get deep into it. And man, read the volume of the book that testify of him. Peace and blessings.